Hi guys, my name is Neil Milton. For those of you who don't know me, I was year 9. I really regret that I can't make it to the reunion this year. Unfortunately, instead of jetting off to Victoria, I'll be jetting off to Oslo in order to get the girls back to school because the Norwegian school year starts soon. But I thought I'd share with you just a couple of thoughts that I had that came to me while thinking about the reunion. And in many respects, they all started from the first line in Eric Scher's, that's Eric Kyer for you North Americans out there, letter in last year's letter to alumni, the fundraising letter, the begathon letter that I asked him to write. And he reminded us all that 30 years ago, I stood in front of you on the Max Bell stage and kicked off the first ever No Talent Night. Impersonating or trying to impersonate John Wynne Hughes. And I'll tell you, that one line caused me more grief than many other things. You know, I went through a whole series of disbelief and despair, and fortunately now reinvigoration. And I hope this doesn't bore you, but I thought I'd just share with you that Neil's voyage of self-discovery. You know, the disbelief, 30 years. I mean, are you kidding me? Dude. And then, of course, fortunately, I may be old, but I can still do a little math, and it is 30 years ago. And then the despair, you know, what on earth have I done in 30 years? I haven't accomplished really a doggone thing, was my initial reaction. And that led fairly promptly to some shame. You know, I can't possibly go to the reunion. You guys will all have 3 or 4 PhDs, some of the best children ever, beautiful and talented spouses. What on earth would I even pretend to do at a reunion with you folks? Fortunately, I had managed to slow down and have a little bit of a thought about that. Thought, okay, that can't be entirely right. And I came away with 3 thoughts, and they are: resist the illusion, resist the logos, and it's halftime. And what do I mean by that? Well, resist the illusion. The Pearson illusion is something that in fact was the very reason we started the No Talent Nights in the first place. You know, there's this notion when you're at Pearson that everyone else is great and you're not so great. So Pearson is this strange little fishbowl that produces this optical illusion that magnifies the talents of everyone around you and shrinks your own talents down to nothingness. Look, having a little drive and push is a good thing. It's probably a fundamental part of the Pearson experience. But you can certainly take that Pearson illusion too far, and it causes way too much self-doubt. So if I can help you with one thing, it's, you know, you must resist the Pearson illusion. It's a psychological illusion, just like an optical illusion, that affects us all, but none of us have been out curing cancer. None of us have solved world peace. In fact, actually, in the last 30 years, nobody among the 7 billion of us have done those things. So perhaps a little bit unrealistic for us to have accomplished it. Another aspect of that, you know, I was channeling, as Eric said, trying to challenge my inner John Wynne Hughes. One of the things that we enjoyed at Pearson was some of the best teachers that I've ever experienced. Pearson is a place that managed to attract good teachers, and I believe provides the environment where they can become great teachers. They have good material to work with. They have a great program in the IB, and everything's set up in a way that a good teacher can become a great teacher. There is no shame in being a great teacher. In fact, it's a wonderful and honorable thing to do and to accomplish, to help other people get set in their push onto life. So when I say resist the logos, you know, it doesn't need to be involved with the biggest organizations, the most famous ones. Accomplishing greatness is a form of gardening, and gardening requires tending on a long-term basis your part of the garden and helping the plants be better when you leave than they were when you came. I know that sounds maybe a little touchy-feely for me, who's not really a touchy-feely kind of guy. But it was something that after a little thinking, especially since I've spent my entire professional career away from large organizations, it was really helpful for me, and I hope it was helpful for you. The last part, and my last takeaway, was it's halftime. And what do I mean by that? You know, when we left Pearson, we were young. And no matter what kind of crap people spew out at convocations, the world doesn't belong to young people, and the future doesn't belong to young people. The future is in the hands of middle-aged folks, especially middle-aged white men, largely. Our job now, however, and instead of thinking that we've somehow fallen into middle-aged mediocrity and career morass, is to reinvigorate. It's halftime, or it's between sets. It's now is our time. Now we've laid the foundation. Now is the time to step up and say, right, now we can push for greatness. Certainly that's what I intend to do. I know the pep talk for me was really helpful in thinking, right, I need some Gatorade, I need a pep talk, and now for the next 20, 30 years, I need to push forward on those goals that I had set for myself 30 years ago. Anyway, I hope you have a great reunion and a great time, and resist the illusion, resist the logos, enjoy the Gatorade, and get reinvigorated. See ya.